Hello, Grace Church Missions. My name is Heather Conan, and I serve with Christian Educators Association International. And I have been so blessed by you the last few years as you have supported me as a public school missionary across the street and around the world. Now, I focus on educators who are currently working in the public schools. They are really vital influencers in today's culture, and I'm sure you're seeing that more and more as things get darker and darker in that mission field. There are 50 million students who enter the public schools every day. The majority will never walk through the door of a church. And so it is vital right now that we encourage, equip, and connect these educators so that they can be intentional about sharing the gospel, about planting gospel seeds, about building relationships that have eternal impact. And so I have been blessed to serve both overseas and in the U.S., really seeing some amazing fruit as God works through these educators. In the U.S., I have a director of a new project called Awake. And Awake stands for Ambassadors Working as Kingdom Educators. We had the blessing of COVID, where we were able to really work on praying, seeking the Lord, and putting together a day-long experience that addresses the heart issues of educators so that they are more fully engaged in what God is asking them to do. So it is a very powerful day. It took us about 9 months to put together, and we began piloting it last February. Traveled across the country with just amazing results. Christian educators who are on the verge of leaving because they didn't feel like they could make a difference. And so we really have instilled in them legal freedoms, what they can do, what does it look like to navigate culture as a Christian in a public school, how to identify what are the lies that Satan wants us to believe about ourselves and about God as we are his ambassadors. How do we replace those with truth so that we truly are confident in our faith, so that when the Holy Spirit puts something on our hearts and minds, that we move forward. And we have seen so many prayer groups starting, Bible studies, after-school Bible clubs, children coming to the Lord in the public schools. It has been so exciting. In addition, I have been serving overseas, partnering with an organization called Eureka in the past year, and we have been putting on some online sessions, bringing educators from the U.S. and Europe together for something called Recharge. So we designed some different presentations on community, on prayer, on navigating challenges, and we put those on. We had educators, I think, from 13 or 14 different countries joining us, and we gave them these really encouraging sessions and gave them permission to reproduce them and to put them into their own language and share it with the people in their communities. That's been really, really powerful. One particular presentation that we did on navigating challenges and finding peace, we, I think, had 5 or 6 different translations of that going out. And I also had the opportunity before COVID to bring some educators, Christian educators from the U.S. to Europe to do some discipleship work in the Czech Republic with educators there. We had the privilege of teaching them the Minute to Witness testimony, and after spending a week with them on building relationship skills and growing in confidence and sharing your faith, we were able to take them out into the community where so many of them who put their foot down and said, I don't want to do it, experienced great fruit from just sharing their faith. And that has been ongoing since we've been there. I've had reports from educators and from the organizers of a teacher week that are continuing that work in spite of COVID. So God's working, He's moving. Thank you for supporting me. This is just a very short report. So many more stories, so many more great visions for the future and stepping into what God is doing. So thank you again. I really appreciate all of you. The support is having great impact and influence. Blessings. Thanks again. Bye-bye.